Dear friends, in recent times, whenever we give talks to parents, we have often been asked about so-called gender theory and how we are to respond and to approach it as Catholic parents. So over the next few episodes, we will do just that, as we delve into the topic through the lens of reason and faith. Before we begin the discussion proper, it is important to differentiate between the ideology from the person who experiences gender dysphoria, and often in a very painful way. As Mother Church constantly reminds us, we must always reaffirm that every person, regardless of sexual orientation, ought to be respected in his or her dignity and treated with consideration. Therefore, they must be accepted with respect, compassion, and sensitivity. We will discuss this important aspect of the human person in a later episode. For this introductory episode, we will first discuss the etymology of the word gender, followed by a discussion of the concept of gender theory. In subsequent episodes, we will discuss related topics such as how gender theory came about, disorders of sex development, why the Church says what it says about gender theory, how we can journey with those who experience gender dysphoria, and so on. Historically, the word gender comes from the Latin word generare. The root gen means to give birth, to beget. A person's gender, therefore, is based on the manner in which that person is designed to generate or beget new life, whether as a male or as a female. Consider words like genesis, genetics, genealogy, progeny, genitals. This explains why, historically speaking, a person's gender was determined by the genitals that he or she had. In other words, gender equals sex. If we think about it up till today, many forms that we fill continue to use these two terms interchangeably, whether it be for immigration, for admission to schools, for employment, and so on. As another example, I see this in the laboratory forms I have to fill in for my patients almost every working day. Some ask for the sex of the patient, others ask for the gender. The labs obviously are actually referring to the same thing, which is whether the patient is male or female. The reason why knowing the sex or gender of the patient is important is because, biologically and physiologically speaking, the normal range of values for various blood parameters are often different for both males and females. In English grammar, gender has also been used to indicate whether a particular noun or pronoun is masculine, feminine, or neuter. Masculine examples include king, prince, stallion, buck, cockerel. Feminine counterparts include queen, princess, mare, doe, and hen. Neuter forms or neuter terms refer to objects such as microphones, car, stone, and computers. Although I think computers are more likely to be male, for the simple reason that while they are easy to be turned on, they do not work all the time. Sometimes they crash, and sometimes they just show you a blank screen. Now, having introduced the etymology of the word gender, we shall now discuss what the term gender theory means. Basically, it refers to the theory that gender is merely a social construct. It does not depend so much on a person's biological sex as it does on how that person feels internally. According to this theory, gender is a broad spectrum from male to female, and a person may identify at any point within this spectrum, for example, transgender, non-binary, and so on. Now, sometimes a person may identify as gender neutral, which is, in a sense, outside the gender spectrum. And then there's gender identity, which can be understood to include how people describe themselves, how they present, and how they feel. Gender identity may also be expressed through a person's use of certain preferred pronouns such as he, him, she, her, they, them. According to a website that purports to promote sexual diversity, there are currently listed about 107 gender identities. And this number, according to the website, is subject to change at any time. So as we can see, the problem here is that the term gender is not quite clear nor properly understood according to a universally accepted definition in the first place. Besides, the feeling of being masculine or feminine is based on rather stereotypical ideas of what a man or woman is supposed to be. I mean, if men are supposed to be tall, hunky, go out for regular nights out with guys to drink beer and hardly help with the housework and the kids at home, I'll be in trouble because I would hardly qualify as a man. I'm sure that you would agree with me that men come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and heights, and with a wide variety of interests and personalities. It seems quite obvious then that a man is a biological male with any personality, and so too a woman. A woman is a biological female with any personality. In that sense, we can say that personality traits can form a spectrum. There are so many types, while sex or gender is binary. In any case, given the unfortunate confusion and controversy surrounding the use of the word gender, many doctors and professionals now prefer to just use the term sex. And that is whether one is a biological male or female. In our next episode, we will explore how gender theory came about. Till we meet again, God bless you and your family always. Bye for now.